Sometimes the pain in the lower back is so severe that it is difficult to do exercises. Learn these simple exercises to increase the strength of the lower back and to get the nerves functioning properly.
So thank you, Jane. Thank you for coming back. I'm going to show you some simple exercises because you have severe pain now. I don't want you to do a lot of exercises. I'm going to teach you some simple exercises to do, just pulling the belly button to the spine. But what I want is you to do this repeatedly.
Okay.
Ideally, you need to do that simple exercise of pulling the belly button to the spine 120 times each day. I know 120 looks a big number, but there is some research which shows that that is good.
Okay.
Is that clear, Jane?
Right, so that's pulling it in, counting to 10, and then letting it go, and do that 120 times.
Now, if you can, as you pull the belly button in, try also to pull the pelvic harness up. So that is added. So initially, maybe only pull the belly button in, but as you progress, try also pulling the pelvic harness. Imagine at the bottom of your, pelvis, there is a hammock, holding all the abdominal organs up. So the same hole through which the baby is born. So you preventing anything, the abdominal organs from going out up is a pelvic harness or a muscles. So we need to pull that also. So as you pull the belly button in, try pulling the pelvic harness also up. And as we said, counting for a count of 10, so count down from 10 to 1.
Right.
Now, when I say 120 times, I want you to do 10 is one set. Doing it 10 times is one set. And I want you to do 12 sets. And I will explain the 3 sets while you're sitting, 3 sets while you're standing, 3 sets while you're lying down, and 3 sets while you're in the quadruped position. The quadruped position meaning like an animal standing on hands and knees. Is that clear, Jane?
Yeah, yes, I've got that. So sitting, standing, sort of kneeling with my hands on the floor and my knees on the floor, and laying down.
Perfect. Right. Those are the 4 positions. So let me go through the positions with you so that you are able to understand it better. So this is how you do it in the sitting position. So you try to be as straight as possible, but it doesn't matter. You could be anywhere. And maybe even in your car, it doesn't matter that you need to come up. You can be leaning on your back of your car seat, but you're pulling the belly button in and also trying to get your pelvic harness up, and you're counting for a count of 10, from 10 to 1. Now, pulling the pelvic harness up may be similar to if you want to go to the toilet, but it's not convenient to go to the toilet. The muscles that you pull in the pelvis to prevent opening, to prevent going to the toilet is the same muscles are you're using to pull up the pelvic harness. So both these muscles you pull together and count for a 10. And this you need to do 10 times is one set, 3 sets while you're sitting. The next thing that you need to do is while you're lying down. Now, you don't need to do this on the floor. The important thing is some people with back pain may not be able to get to the floor. So if you can't get to the floor, it doesn't matter. So you can do it on your bed or your mattress. So before you get up in the morning, you can do this 1 or 20 times, or evening before you go into bed or afternoon nap, you can do it 20 times. Again, as you lie down, put your arms by your side, pulling the belly button in and pulling your pelvic harness up. Again, counting from 10 to 0, and you do it so many sets. So ideally 3 sets or 30 times in a day. You can spread it in the morning or the evening or any time while you're on the bed. If you can get on the floor, that is fine too. The next is the quadruped position, or on your hands and knees. Here again, you're pulling the belly button up and trying to pull your pelvic harness. you don't need to, as in the previous exercise, you don't need to get onto the floor at all. You can do the same exercise while you're in the bed early in the morning. When you get up, you can do it 1 set in the morning, or 2 sets in the morning, and 1 set in the evening. So each set being 10 times. So these 2 exercises, the lying down and the quadruped position, can be done while you're in bed. But if you can get onto the floor, that is all right too. So you can do it either on the bed or on the floor. The last is while you're standing. So again, as you stand, you're pulling the belly button in and the pelvic harness up, counting from 10 to 0. And you do that, 10, doing it 10 times is 1 set, doing it 3 sets. So if you do 3 sets of all the 4, you would have done about 120 times. And the important thing, Jane, is we need to try to, as I explained to you, we need to try to get the gears acting back to normality. In a normal gearbox is dysfunctional, you can go to the garage and replace the gearbox, but in your body you can't do it. So the only way is, research shows that pulling the belly button re-engages the multifidus and makes it come back, and then potentially it will sequentially fire. But it takes a long time. You cannot train it overnight. I cannot run a marathon in a week's time. I'll need years of training. Same way it will take. So you've got to be patient. It is not going to be overnight. Slowly. The important thing is, initially as you start, your pain will slightly increase. It is not going to be too bad. And after that, the pain will decrease and you will find that it is getting better. Now, pulling the belly button should be done every time you do an activity. Even when you're taking a small bottle of jam from your shelf, if you pull your belly button and do it, then you are getting your mind to re-engage the multifidus. It is not just the strength of the back, it is a sequential firing that is important. So every time you train, so training of your brain as well as of your back is important. So even a paperweight or a small pen you're lifting from the shelf, pull your belly button and then do it. And then normally the body will get to know that this is the way it needs to activate the muscles.
So I'm actually training my brain. So every time I lift something up, to engage that core, that muscle, and to teach my brain almost to do it automatically.
Exactly. That is exactly. Yeah.
That's very clever. I like that.
Good.
I will do that.
Thank you. And it is not going to be immediate. It will take some time for you to get better.
I hope so. It's so painful at the moment.
I can understand.
It really is.
I can understand. Yeah. Good. Thank you very much, Jane. And if there is any issues, do come back to me.
I will. Thank you so much. It's been so helpful to understand what's going on. And now I'm not so worried that I will end up in a wheelchair, which I have to say was one of my very, very big worries. So thank you very much.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you, Jane. Yeah.
Thank you for watching our video. Please subscribe to our channel. If you need further information, please visit one of the following websites: easethespine.com, ampat.co.uk, and freefrompain.org.uk.